This is the covered bridge on Buck Forest Road. Marathon runners pass through here coming out at about 2.6 miles, and they run up to the Buck Forest turnaround and come back through at approximately 4 miles before they turn up on Conservation Road. At this point, most marathon runners are starting to get into their stride and realizing what they have ahead of them. The relay runners will also pass this at the same distances, and the relay in this case is about a 6.2 miles, 6.3 miles, something like that, and it's an out and back course. So both relay runners and marathon runners will pass through this twice, the covered bridge. We're on Conservation Road with the bridge over the creek here, and marathon runners will actually pass this twice, coming out at about 4.5 miles and coming back at about 12.5 miles. 4.5 miles, runners are starting to relax and realize what a beautiful setting this is. Coming back at about 12.5 miles, they're coming up to about the halfway mark. So they're at a good pace, feeling comfortable, and again, really enjoying the scenery here at DuPont. This beautiful spot is Bridalveil Falls, which can actually be seen from the course at approximately 5 3/4 miles. There's a turnaround at that distance, moving back towards Bridalveil Falls Road. We're on the landing strip off Conservation Road, and this is approximately the 7.5 mile mark. There's a turnaround here. The total distance on the landing strip is a little over a mile, and it gives the athlete an opportunity to increase the leg turnover, get a little bit faster, and kind of get into the groove, especially after the recent hill that has just been climbed on Conservation Road. One of the most beautiful areas on the site.
At this point in the marathon, the athletes will come in and pass Fawn Lake, which is about 9.5 miles into the race. They'll take a full loop around the lake and come out on the other side, which is about another mile to the 10-6 point. One of the most scenic areas on the course and a great place for families to spectate and view or have a picnic. At this point, they've been on the course for maybe 60, 70, 80 minutes, so they're starting to really kind of get into that focus mode. The first 10 miles are the easy miles of a marathon. Now they know there's 16 miles of work ahead of them. Behind me is Lake Julia, one of the many beautiful scenic points in the DuPont State Forest. At this point in the race, the athletes have passed Lake Julia, which is about 12.5 miles into the course, and they're heading to the halfway point coming up on Conservation Road. At this part, they're starting to really settle in, trying to really find their mental focus. They've been out on the course for 2 to 2.5 hours, so they're really wanting to find that rhythm to kind of get them from 13 to 20 to start the final phase of the race.
We're on the inner loop of the DuPont Forest Marathon, and the inner loop goes from approximately 16 to 20 miles, and it has some of the most beautiful single track on the course. At this point, the runner at 18.5 miles is starting to accept the fact that he or she will be able to make this marathon.